Make no mistake about it. There are risks on every side of the Fed's mandate. And they never get it right. So are they getting it right now? Probably not. Imagine you're driving a car down a long highway. Most people think that as long as the engine keeps humming, though, you'll reach your destination on time. But what if I told you the engine is losing power? What that really means is that your ride is slowing and you'll soon need to pull over if you want to avoid being stranded. Let's look at what's really happening under the hood of our economy. Because last month, American service sector, restaurants, doctors, schools, they hit a near standstill. The Institute for Supply Management Services Index fell to 50.1, barely above the line that marks growth or contraction. Even more worrying, the jobs component dropped to 46.4, and continuing jobless claims rose to the highest since 2021. And what was happening then? Think COVID. And what that really means is that firms aren't hiring, they're cutting back. That engine is slowing. Across factories, orders for big ticket items have plunged. In June, durable goods orders fell 9.3%, and it was led by a 22.4% drop in transport equipment and a 51.8% crash in aircraft parts. Excluding airplanes, new orders barely budged. So what does all that gobbledygook mean? In plain English, businesses are not ordering the machines and tools they need to grow because there is no growth. On the ground, more Americans are filing for unemployment again. Claims have climbed to levels not seen since late 2021. And again, what was happening in that period of time? But we were in the COVID crisis, and we're not in a crisis now? I don't know. That tells us really that people that are let go last quarter, they're struggling to find new work. And when the jobs picture cools, families spend less. And that's exactly what we're starting to see. But wait, there's more. U.S. household debt, well, that jumped by $185 billion. That's with a B, just in the spring. And it passed $18.4 trillion in household debt. Student loan delinquencies, well, of course, they shot up nearly 13%, higher than any time since reporting resumed in 2020, and that is now getting worse. And what about credit card and auto loan delinquencies? Well, guess what? They're rising too, especially among middle and, guess where, upper income household. Economists warn that this debt stress makes us fragile to any new shock. Like, I don't know, bigger housing slowdown or higher interest rates. Is the Fed going to drop the interest rates? Probably in September. But all that does is it's a pickup in inflation. Make no mistake about it. There are risks on every side of the Fed's mandate, right? Tariffs pushing the prices up, jobs growth slowing. That's why you hear all of this talk about stagflation. But when that happens, when you have risks on both sides, you have to take, a balanced approach. How balanced can this be? And that means that you have to think about the likelihood of missing on each side of the mandate, employment and price stability. The size of the potential miss and how long that miss will be in place, I have no idea, and neither does anybody else. That's the balancing act that the Fed is doing right now. And they never get it right. So are they getting it right now? Probably not. So what do you do when the car engine sputters and the road ahead looks rough? Well, you build some community, but Wall Street wants you to think GLD or other intangible gold is as good as physical. But it's not. And what you do, because if you don't hold it, you don't own it. So what do? Shore up that ride and your crew, your community. That's the importance of community. And that's where Zang Enterprises' layered sound money strategy comes in. Because it's like giving your family a car with extra armor and more gas and more energy, better tires, and a full fuel tank that it cannot go away. You want to make sure that you can sustain your current standard of living. And that's where your cash and your barterable gold and silver come into play. But you also want to protect what you've managed to accumulate and be in a position to take advantage of opportunities. Beyond that, arguably, the most important thing is to create that community resilience because there is strength in numbers. So build those local networks. Go to a farmer's market. Meet the people that grow your food. Give them a day's worth of your labor. You'll learn new skills and you'll create community. Because it is critically important that we come together and we share the gifts that we've been given. And we also have surety in food, water, energy, security, barterability, wealth preservation, community, and shelter. When times get rough, neighbors help neighbors. When I was growing up, we lived in an area that every summer, this one particular house on the hill would run out of well water. We were all on wells there. You would see hoses going from all of the houses in the neighborhood to help this neighbor. That's what I'm talking about. That's how they made it through every single summer when I was growing up. I don't know about now because I haven't lived there in a long time. But I remember seeing those hose lines from everybody's house to help that neighbor. And this is why I'm saying that community, the local community, is critically important. And people will say to me, well, I don't know how to do that. Go to a farmer's market, go to a community garden, donate your time. You'll learn skills, you'll build community, and you'll be more powerful for it. And this sound money, that is the fuel for your vehicle, for your family's vehicle. Because we know that when one currency dies, another springs up. And make no mistake about it, the new currency to usher in the hyperinflation is already in place and legalized with the stable coins. We have to come together in local community, but also global community, because I believe that this is the best opportunity I've ever seen to get redeemable gold back in the monetary system again. Can I guarantee that that's going to happen? No. But I know nothing happens if we don't at least come together and try, because there are more of us than there are of them. And we're going to learn how to do this together, but we are here to support any of your community efforts, locally as well as globally. And together, I know that we can make a positive difference for a lot of people. So join us in the Citizens for Sound Money movement and take our power back. And until next we meet, please be safe out there. Bye-bye.